Hi viewers, today topic we have to see pressure control valve. You should know first of all what is my pressure control valve. Pressure control valve which is found in every hydraulic system and the major function of pressure control valve, the system pressure which should maintain safely below a desired upper limit. So there is a maintaining of set pressure in the part of the circuit. You should know whenever the system having an excess pressure, with the help of pressure control valve, the excess pressure which is removed. Next one, the different types of pressure control valve. Pressure relief valve, second one, pressure reducing valve, third one, unloading valve, fourth one, sequencing valve, fifth one, counterbalance valve, and then final thing, safety valve. The next one, the pressure relief valve. Pressure relief valve, which is used in hydraulic system to limit the system pressure to a specific set value. If the set value reach, the pressure value respond and feeds the excess flow from the system then back to the tank. This is the pressure relief valve. Whenever the system having an excess pressure, the excess pressure can be removed with the help of pressure relief valve, which should be stored back to the tank. You can see that the picture at bottom there is a tank. You have to see the drain which helps to remove the excess oil from that system. There is a spring, there is a screw. You can see that the entire setup which is placed inside the chamber, and there is a puppet at that bottom. You can see right side there is a symbol of pressure relief valve. When you can see the with the help of adjustment screw, we can rotate clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. Whenever the system having the excess pressure, you can see there is a pump at that bottom. There is a reservoir at bottom. With the help of pump, we can pump the oil to that pressure relief valve. Whenever the system having an excess pressure, the screw is automatically moves upward. Whatever the excess oil in the system which is stored into the tank. This is the pressure relief valve. Next one, you can see the pressure reducing valve. Pressure reducing valve, which is hydraulically operated, you can see the diaphragm, which is actuated and control the valve, which helps to reduce the higher pressure to lower pressure. That is the regardless of fluctuating demand or varying upstream force. You can see the symbol of pressure reducing valve. This is the cross-sectional view of pressure reducing valve. You can see that at bottom there is a control signal line. You can see that there is an inlet and outer pressure control. You can see that with the help of screw, we can actuate, we can adjusting the pressure with the help of screw. There is a spring which is attached to that screw. At bottom there is a puppet is attached. You can see the main pressure side. There is an inlet side. With the help of pump, we can able to pump the oil from reservoir, which is directly sent into the pressure reducing valve. We can able to control that pressure with the help of adjusting screw. This is a simple circuit for pressure reducing valve for clamping and spot welding cylinder. You can see that at bottom there is a reservoir, directional fixed displacement pump, and then pressure relief valve, and then 4x3 lever actuated spring center direction control valve, and there is a camping cylinder and spot cylinder. At initial position, there is no fluid flow will happen because you can see that the port P and another port is directly closed. So whenever the whatever the oil from the reservoir which is pumped with the help of unidirectional fixed displacement pump, which is directly passes through pressure relief valve again, which is stored into the tank. This is the at neutral position. When you are activating the lever at left hand side, you can see that the fluid flow will happens from reservoir to pump to direction control valve. You can see that how the fluid flow will happens from P to A. You can see that there is a pressure relief valve and check valve is placed. During extension of the clamping cylinder, how the fluid flow will happens from A to A and the cylinder will be extended. Whatever the oil at rod end of the cylinder, which is directly stored into that tank from B to B. You can see that spot welding cylinder, how the cylinder will be extended. So you can see there is a two valve is placed. One is the pressure relief valve, second one is the check valve. During extension of the spot weld cylinder, the fluid flow will happens through only pressure relief valve, not through check valve. The check valve does not allow that fluid flow. The main function of check valve, it allows the fluid flow from one direction only. So during extension of the spot weld cylinder, now the fluid flow will happens from through pressure relief valve. The cylinder, the spot weld cylinder will be extended. Whatever the oil at rod end of the cylinder will be directly stored into the tank. So this is happens for extension of clamping cylinder and spot weld cylinder. When we are activating the lever at right hand side, how the fluid flow will happens from the fluid flow from B to B. Whatever the oil or rod end of the cylinder, with help it will be retract. Whatever the oil at head position of the cylinder, it will be stored into the tank, that is A to T. You can see how the spot weld cylinder will be retracted. Now the fluid flow will happens from B to B. Whatever the oil at rod end of the cylinder, with the help, it will be retract back the cylinder piston, and whatever the oil at head position of the cylinder, it will be passes through. It will be retracted and passes through. This time the flow will not be happen pressure reducing valve. This time the flow will be happen only through check valve. So this is the major difference between during extension and retraction. During extension, the fluid flow will happens in pressure reducing valve. During retraction, the flow will be happen in check valve. Next one is the unloading valve. Unloading valve, it is a pressure controlled device that is used to dump the excess fluid to the tank whenever having a little or there is no pressure. So this is the main purpose of unloading valve. You can see that there is a pump. At bottom there is a remote pilot pressure signal, and there is a screw which is attached with spring. So you can see the symbol of unloading valve at right hand side. So whenever having an system having an excess fluid or some pressure or there is no pressure, we can able to dump the excess fluid with the help of unloading valve. Next one is the sequence valve. Sequence valve, it is a pressure valve designed so which helps to open when the set pressure is reached, provide a alternate path for that sequentially to the primary circuit. So that is the main purpose of sequence valve. Whenever the pressure value set pressure, suppose I have to set the pressure of 10 bar. If the pressure reaches the 10 bar, it provides a path of the excess pressure. It provides a path of alternate flow for that sequentially to the primary circuit. This is the cross-sectional view of sequence valve. At bottom, there is a remote pilot operation. You can see that puppet and a spring which is attached with the screw. So you can see that pressure line. There is an alternate path. You can see the direct operation. That is a control signal. So this is the simple. You can see the sequence valve. So you can see the sequence valve. At bottom, there is an reservoir. We have placed in unidirectional fixed displacement pump and 4x3 lever actuated spring centered direction control valve, and then one clamping cylinder and a drilling cylinder. So this is the circuit for clamping and workpiece and drilling on that workpiece. So at neutral position, there is no fluid flow happens. How the fluid flow will happens means, you should know reservoir. There is an which is the storage for oil. With the help of unidirectional displacement fixed displacement pump, we can pump the oil from the reservoir, which is directly sent into that direction control valve. At neutral position, the port P is closed. Now with the help of pressure relief valve, the fluid flow will flow from reservoir to pump to pressure relief valve, which is directly stored into the tank. So this is the neutral position. When we are activate the lever at left hand side, you can see the 4x3 lever activated spring center direction control valve. When we are activate the lever on left hand side, the port P and A, which is directly connected, you can see that during extension of the cylinder, now the clamping cylinder is directly extended. Similarly, you can see that how drilling cylinder will be extended. So for extension of clamping cylinder, the fluid flow from A to A, the cylinder will be extended. So whatever the oil at rod end of the cylinder will flows from B to check valve only. You can see that the flow will not happen the sequence valve too. During extension of the clamping cylinder, the flow will be happens only through check valve and directly stores into the tank. Similarly, how the drilling cylinder will be extended, you can see that there is a comparison of check valve and sequence valve one. Now the fluid flow will happens from sequence valve only, not through check valve. So with the help of the flow will be passed through the sequence valve, which is directly sent into the head position of the drilling cylinder. The cylinder will be extended. Whatever the oil at rod end of the cylinder will be directly stored into the tank. So this is the extension of a clamping cylinder and drilling of the workpiece. So when we are actuating the lever at right hand side, so the entire setup is connected from P to B. So now the fluid flow will happen from how the drilling cylinder will be retracted and how the clamping cylinder will be retracted. So at the time the fluid flow from P to B, the fluid flow will happens from this time the sequence valve 2, so not through check valve, because the check valve allows only one direction of fluid. So now the fluid flow will happens the check valve 2, the clamping cylinder will be retracted. At the time whatever the oil at head portion of the cylinder, which is directly stored into the tank. Similarly, how the drilling cylinder will be retracted, the fluid flow from B to B, which is directly retracted, and whatever the oil at head portion of the cylinder will be directly sent into A to A. Now the fluid flow happens this time check valve only, not through sequence valve. So with the help of check valve, the fluid allows and it will be directly stored into the tank. So this happens in retraction. You should know in sequence valve what happens for extension and retraction. So when you are activating the lever left hand side, the fluid flow will be happens only the sequence valve one through for extension of drilling cylinder. So similarly for retraction, you can see that how the fluid flow will happens means with the help of sequence valve 2 it will be retracted. So for extension, check valve 1 will not allow the fluid flow for extension of drilling cylinder. Similarly, for retraction, the check valve will not allow for retraction of the clamping cylinder. So it allows only the sequence valve 2. So this is the major difference for extension during extension and the retraction of cylinder. Next one is a counterbalance valve, which is used with a cylinder to safely hold suspended load and deals with overwhelming load. So this valve can be also used within a hydraulic motor and commonly called a brake valve. So you can see the symbol of a counterbalance valve. Similarly, this is a cut sectional view of counterbalance valve. At bottom, there is a control line and direct operation. You should know the tank. There is a screw which is attached with the spring and with puppet valve. Next one, you have to see the flow control valve. The name itself you should know. We can able to regulate the flow or pressure of a fluid. So it should be a non-pressure compensated flow control valve with an integrated check valve. So you can see the three categories of non-pressure compensated. First one, that is the non-pressure compensated needle type flow control valve, that is fully closed. Second one is the partially closed. Third one is the fully opened. So in the picture A, fully closed, there is no fluid flow will be happens in that picture A, because the entire screw, the entire needle which is blocked that port from A to B. You can adjust the valve by rotating either clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. Now the fluid flow will be happens from A to B. With the help of adjustment screw, we can able to set the pressure. You can see that third picture, we can that is a fully open. The whatever the pressure generated from the entire system, we can directly send to that pneumatic or hydraulic system. You can see that the flow control valve with an integrated check valve. In previous one, non-compensated, but there is no check valve is placed. In that you can see there is a check valve is placed, because the flow control can be integrated with a check valve. The check valve allows the flow only one direction only. So you can see that picture at bottom there is a spring which is attached. So during forward stroke, the fluid flow happens from A to B when we are adjusting the screw. When we are adjusting it during retraction, the flow will not be happened from directly from inlet to outlet port. But this time for retraction, you can see the picture free flow. The fluid flow will be moves from B to A. So at bottom there is a spring which is attached. That is the check valve. It allows the direction from B to A. So for forward stroke, it will be directly sent. It will not allow A to B. But during retraction, you can see that the fluid flow will happens from B to A. This is the flow control valve with an integrated check valve, because the check valve allows only one directional flow only. So for forward stroke, the check valve will not allowed. For return stroke, the check valve allowed. So you should know the difference, free flow and restricted flow. So next one, you can see the hydraulic meter in circuit and hydraulic meter out circuit. You should know the difference between meter in and meter out circuit. The flow control valve, which is placed at input of the cylinder, that we called as an hydraulic meter in circuit. In meter out circuit, the flow control valve, which is placed at output of the cylinder, that we called as an meter out circuit. So at neutral position, you can see what are the components in a hydraulic metering circuit. There is a reservoir at bottom, unifixed displacement pump, there are 4x3 lever actuated spring center direction control valve, and there is a flow control valve and a double acting cylinder. So at neutral position, the fluid flow will happens from reservoir to pump, pump to pressure relief valve, whatever the oil from that reservoir which is directly stored into the tank. So this is the hydraulic metering circuit for at neutral position. At extension position, you can see that the picture left hand side, how the fluid flow will happens. So you can see that in flow control valve, there is two valve is attached. So you can see that there is a check valve and flow control valve. There is a variable flow that indicates the arrow that indicates the variable flow. So whenever we are actuating the lever at left hand side, now the port P and A, which is directly connected. So what reservoir which is stored for oil, the pump, with the help of pump, we can pump the oil from the reservoir, which can be directly sent into the direction control valve. So you can see that now the flow will be happens through variable flow, not through check valve for that extension of the cylinder. So how the fluid flow will happens from P to A, then A to directly A. Not this time the flow will not be moves through check valve. The flow will be happens through variable control valve only. The cylinder will be extended. Whatever the oil at rod end of the cylinder will be directly stored into the tank. B to B, A to A, and then B to B. This happens in the extension. You can see the picture on right hand side. That is a retraction stroke. Now the port, when we are actuating the lever at left hand side, you can see that now the port which is P to B, which is connected, and then the fluid flow from B to B, and then you can see that whatever the oil at rod end of the cylinder, which it with help, it will be the cylinder will be retracted. Whatever the oil at head position of the cylinder, it will be flow through the check valve only, not to variable flow control valve, and directly stored into the tank. So this is the major difference between for extension, the fluid flow will happens from variable flow control valve only. For retraction, the fluid flow will be passes through the check valve only. So this is the major difference in hydraulic metering circuit for extension and retraction. Next one is the hydraulic metering circuit. I already told the variable flow control valve and check valve, which is placed at rod end of the cylinder, that is the cylinder output, that we called as a meter out circuit. I already told the at neutral position there is no fluid flow happens from the fluid from reservoir, which is directly pumped to the direction control valve. Now the port P is closed, so that with the help of pressure relief valve, which is directly stored into the tank. This is for the neutral position. You can see that extension stroke, when you are actuating the lever at left hand side, the fluid flow from reservoir to unidirectional fixed pump, and there is an the fluid flow will happens from P to A, and A to A, the cylinder will be extended, and whatever the oil at rod end of the cylinder will be passes through B to B. Now the flow will be passes through variable flow control valve only, not through check valve, because the check valve block that oil to the tank. So now the fluid flow will happens from B to directly B with variable flow control valve. So when we are actuating the lever at right hand side, you can see that the oil from the reservoir, which is pumped to the direction control valve. Now the fluid flow will happens from B to B, and now the flow will be happens through check valve only, not through variable flow control valve. So the cylinder will be retracted, and whatever the oil at head position of the cylinder will be directly stored into the tank A to A. So this is the major things happen in a retraction stroke. So you should know the difference between hydraulic meter-in circuit and meter-out circuit. In meter-in circuit, the check valve and flow control valve, which is placed at input of the cylinder. So in meter-out circuit, the flow control valve and check valve, which is placed at output of the cylinder. That's a major thing, difference between meter-in and meter-out circuit. So for extension and retraction in meter-out circuit or meter-in circuit, for extension purpose in meter-in circuit, the fluid flow will happens only the variable flow control valve for extension. For retraction, the fluid flow will happens only the check valve only. Similarly, in meter-out circuit, you can see that the fluid flow will happens for extension with the variable flow control valve. During retraction, the fluid flow will be happens through check valve only. Thank you.